of students have really been worried about the threats of tuition increases, the budget effects having on it. And so I got a chance to sit down with student body president Adam Cronis for a brief interview and just discuss the possibilities of students' involvement, what he's doing, and the future of students at UNLV. You as student body president, what are you doing along with CSUN to help slow down the tuition hikes, to help the students in times of this budget crisis?
There's some really difficult circumstances in that, realizing it, especially after the tuition issue that we faced in December at the Board of Regents meeting. As of right now, we're planning a very large-scale event that we hope will get a good-sized turnout next week. January 22nd, which we've been promoting, is an effort to show the community's passion about education, to show that the students are very concerned about the future of their degree and the future of their experience here at UNLV and also at any other school. The public schools, K through 12, are in a very similar situation as we are, facing stiff budget cuts. We won't know the extent of those until tomorrow with the governor's State of the State address, but a lot of the most recent numbers seem to center around 34%, which is very detrimental. And everybody I think realizes that honestly would translate into delayed graduation, loss of faculty, loss of services. I'm sure many of us wait in lines now for different offices that we have to take part in as part of our semesterly experience. And I can just imagine, tripling the size of those lines just because of lack of staffing. And what we're doing to really relate to that is just a huge marketing effort. We're canvassing the basketball games, the women's game tonight, Saturday's men's basketball game. We are running ads on the Review Journal website and Las Vegas Sun. So that's sort of our marketing efforts. And then we also have some plans after next week to do in terms of lobbying at the state capitol once the new session begins.
Okay, you're talking about the basketball games and the community with the papers and stuff you're advertising.
Yeah.
So are you feeling a lot of support from the community?
We do. We've had some really good community partners that have taken an active role in helping to promote this and getting it through their membership. And if everything falls into place, I think we'll have a pretty solid turnout.
Okay. Along with our colleges being affected, are you working with other schools? You were talking about K through 12, but also Nevada State College is facing it. CSN, and are you even working with Nevada Reno?
They have been involved in terms of just keeping up the pace on what we were working on. They've taken a different approach in terms of different ideas as far as to raise awareness, more outreach with town halls and those types of things. So they have a different approach, but in terms of Nevada State College and CSN, they've been very active partners, and they've been throughout this whole process planning this.
And then just to move on about the January 22nd rally, would you like to talk a little bit about it? I mean, I've seen Facebook group, I've seen events going on, lots of promotion for it. We're actually going to cover it in the Rebel Yell on print. So I was just wondering if you could give a little information on it, details.
Absolutely. We have several speakers involved already at this point to address the attendees and to talk about their aspect of the education experience, whether it be as a public official or as a student or as a professor. So we're trying to target all different areas in terms of different demographics of the population that are touched by education in one way or another. And so I think we'll have some prominent local officials speak. We're looking for students to take part as well, and there's been some good progress on that. Overall, it'll be an hour and a half from 6 o'clock to 7:30 that night on the 22nd, with probably an hour of that time in terms of speakers, an hour to an hour and 15 minutes of speakers.
Is there any other ways that students, besides going to rallies, besides the canvassing at the basketball games or anything, is there anything else that students you think could do to try and help?
To promote this?
To promote it.
To promote the rally?
To promote the rally, and then also further on down the line to write to their Congress people or whoever may be, the governor,
Absolutely. That's a good question. At the rally itself, we're going to have several tents set up for students and community members to go to their particular district. Each tent will have a specific district on there with the contact information for their respective representative to contact them. So they'll have all that information to both do that, and then down the road, if they'd like to continue to pressure the decision makers, let them know what their opinions are. And then in addition, just to leading up to the rally, word of mouth's huge. If students are aware of this, let's say they get a flyer, just spreading it through that avenue is very, very helpful to our efforts. So word of mouth, if they'd like to contact us at CSUN, they certainly can. We're on the third floor of the student union, and they can contact us on the website, the UNLVCSUN.com website, and our contact information is on that as well.
Okay. Just one very last question, and I'd like you to respond to this. During the last Regents meeting, Chancellor Jim Rogers said, quote, "Why has it taken you so long?" He was referring to, it's great to see that there's so many students coming out and showing support for this, but why has it taken us so long to realize what's going on?
I think in really taking everything into account, a lot of these numbers started to transpire over fall semester in terms of the major cuts that we were facing. And I think people, when they begin to see all of the memos, and I think the chancellor's memos helped a lot to try to get people's attention, and those started in the beginning of the summer, but we were looking at the 14%, then it went up to 18%, and then it started getting 20% and more. At that point, that's, I think for a lot of people, the alarm bells hit. And for us as a student government, I think looking back, we've advocated throughout the summer, but we maybe could have done things sooner in terms of our large-scale efforts. But I think that now is a very opportune time for this process to really get it going and to continue the momentum, which I think you saw in December. And as the legislature gets closer, we still have that window of time, and we're hoping to capitalize on those last few days to make the biggest punt, because we want this to be fresh in the legislators' mind.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for coming, and
Thank you.
we'll see you January 22nd.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you.